Welcome to another episode of eBook Vlogs. I'm Menden and today we're going to another legendary hawker. Teaser, it is dark, it has a lot of wok hei and a lot of ham also. Let's go. We are now at Hong Lim Market and Food Centre trying out Outram Park Char Kway Teow. Legend has it that it's the oldest, it's like the most famous Char Kway Teow in Singapore. It's 82 years old, so it's legit my grandparents' age already. It all started when the owner's dad, right, started with a, you know those paddler, trishaw, push cart thingy with a giant wok on top, and then noodles just go in, and then there's a portable gas stove, that sort of thing. Like right in the middle of Tanjong Pagar, some street, before moving on to a hawker centre in Outram Park, and then finally here. And the cool thing is that they don't only sell char kway teow. In the morning, they also sell fried bee hoon. So it's basically bee hoon variation, but cooked in the char kway teow style. If you see a common strand of thought, right? My Hokkien mee, I don't like it to be too wet. Char kway teow, I don't like it to be too wet. Yeah, I just don't like it when flour becomes mushy, you know, like mushy fly. Then you're just eating like balls of starch. So that's one thing. The second thing that's most important in char kway teow, which is the ham. You all know I love my ham from the laksa episode, right? And this is like fat kind of ham, eh. Like you can actually see the curves in the ham. You can just eat it like that. So that's that. And then I don't mind taugeh, but the taugeh cannot be too skinny or it will be like flaccid. You know, like flaccid taugeh? Yeah, I like my taugeh to be crunchy lah. And pork lah. And then finally, I like that burnt taste of the dark soya sauce. So the caramelized dark soya sauce that adds into the wok hei lah. So those are the few things that I'm looking out for. Hopefully they dish it out. Let's go ask some of the people here why they like this char kway teow so much. Let's go. 你们常来吗？
是啊，快特地，我们不是这里，特地下来吃的。
哦，你们从哪里下来的？
对，新港。
从新港下来这里吃炒粿条啊？
对。
I just once a week.
想吃就来。
一个月一次吧。
为什么你们觉得这盘炒粿条好吃呢？
它火候很足，料很足，味道炒得刚刚好。
I like the taste and basically a lot of ham in it, which I like.
很多人都吃啊，它的味道适合我。
它的味道适合你，它的料呢？
料 OK 啦，reasonable。
一般上，如果你去问的话，这个10个里面应该有58%以上讲不错了。
How much is like this plate actually?
6.
6. So is it worth it to you?
Oh, definitely. I find there's a lot of time and effort and love that goes into preparing it, so I can taste it.
我每次都是吃要加ham，加那个猪油渣，加辣酱哦，加到来是8块一盘哦。
8块，你们觉得值得吗？
值得啊，好吃啊。
不好吃3块我也不要吃。
那你特地下来吃啊。
4块
，4块，你觉得值得吗？
值得了。
4块啦，一般上的价钱4块。
4块，觉得划算吗
？OK 啦。
以前多少钱的？
以前才3块。
3块。First impressions, right, is that it looks like a super good plate of char kway teow already lah. You can see that it's not totally coated in the dark soya sauce. You can see color even. You can see like the amount of chili that they use. You can see the huge hams that they have also, which I'm very happy about. Like they don't use tiny ones. They use big, round and thick ones. The noodles are not overcooked. It is not slimy. It is not mushy. And the taugeh, right? It is firm. I think this is just a testament that they know how to control the heat well. And seeing all these things right from the start, right? I am very excited to try this. So this plate I'm having right now, right? Costs only $4. Yeah, like looking at the portion right now, $4. Looks pretty worth it. I don't think I can finish this in 3 mouth, 4 mouth kind of thing. I will sit here, enjoy, talk to my friends, have my Teoh beside me. Yeah, this is gonna be a solid lunchtime food lah. The only thing probably that you need to consider is that the queue was pretty long. We queued for half an hour. So this char kway teow, I'll be rating it on 3 grounds, okay? The first one is how I like my noodles to be done versus how this is done. The second one is the flavor of it. So things like the sauce that they use, whether the egg actually encompasses the noodles and then adds flavor into it. And then the third one is the amount of ingredients that they give lah. So right off the bat, the kway teow is actually it is clumpy, but it is loose at the same time. So when I pick it up, right, it doesn't stick together. And after they cook the kway teow, then they put the noodles in. So they actually put a lot of eggs into this. So much so that it coats every part of the noodles. It coats every part of the kway teow. So onto the flavor, right? Yo, the amount of wok hei inside this is solid. The wok hei is there. I loved it. With every mouthful you have, you can taste the egg, you can taste the sauce. It really goes up to the name of being legendary lah, for me lah. So personally, right, I like my food savory. You know how sometimes dark soy sauce, when you use too much of it, it becomes a bit too sweet? This nails it perfectly between the savory and the sweet spectrum lah. So this is the spectrum between like sweet and savory, right? So for this plate of noodles, it lies between, it errs more towards the savory side. You don't get that very sweet mouthfeel that can be very jelak sometimes when it comes to Char Kway Teow. Speaking of the liao, right? They have very classic ingredients. They have your fish cake, they have your taugeh, and then they have your ham. One thing that I like already is that the ham is big enough, it is thick enough. The taugeh is fresh enough, it adds that crunch to the entire plate of Char Kway Teow. And then the fish cake is a very nondescript standard one that is sliced very thinly lah. So in every mouth that you get, you probably get a bit of every other ingredient out there. Okay, one thing that I might add is that they could use vegetables a bit more. So there are places that I know with Char Kway Teow that they put cai sing on top. They will just lay it on top. What the vegetable give, right, is that very nice crunch, more than the taugeh. So cai sing, the stock is a bit thicker, right? So it is actually a crunch, and then it lends a very silky mouthfeel that cuts through that oiliness lah that you might feel when you eat a plate of Char Kway Teow. I'm glad, right, that even though it has been sitting here for quite a while now as I'm speaking, there's no bit of oil that is pooling. The oil just remains on the noodles. It doesn't comes out in a pool to show that the uncle used up too much oil lah. So this is another testament of how well it is being controlled by the uncle that's cooking this. 66 years old already. Imagine how many years he's been in the trade. So for the noodles, right, because it is not overcooked, it is not mushy, and it is done the way that I would like my Char Kway Teow to be done, right, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. Because of how well the egg binds together the noodles with all the different ingredients and the sauce, I'll give also 9 out of 10 for the flavor of the noodles. And for the liao, right, because they use pork lard, they use ham that is fresh, that doesn't have that bloody iron taste. They use a lot of taugeh and fish cakes. It's a solid 8 for me also lah. So total overall score is 998. Yes, 8.6. It's a solid plate of 8.6 Char Kway Teow lah. Yeah, I think it's a pretty high rating already. If you ask me whether I would queue half an hour for this, if I have time I would, but because we are at Hong Lim Market, right, there are like so many other things to it. So I would probably like order a wide spread of everything that you can find here, and then you'll make your time here worth it lah. I'm gonna finish this plate of Char Kway Teow now. And if you guys have any other legendary hawker stalls you want us to cover, you can list them down in the comment sections below. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Ibu Vlogs. If you like this video, you can watch more of our videos over there. There's like laksa and everything else. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye. I'm out. Cheers. Cheers.